Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. An often neglected aspect of health is to meter the levels of stress that you subject yourself to. A controlled dose of stress can be beneficial, but more often than not, in the modern world, we experience too much stress. The problem with stress is not the stress itself, but it's the chronic exposure to the stress that can kill you. Chronic stress is one of the major contributors to an imbalanced immune system. Cortisol, the hormone your body releases when it is under stress, is the strongest immunosuppressant known. This weakening of the immune system will allow you to become sick easier, but can also allow dormant viruses to become active. Over time, a weakened immune system increases the likelihood of you developing other time-dependent diseases, such as cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and multiple sclerosis. Chronic stress also increases the likelihood of you developing autoimmune diseases, such as rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis. The cortisol released upon experiencing stress raises blood glucose levels. This is the body's survival mechanism in response to danger and stress. It serves to bring carbohydrates into the blood for extra energy as part of the fight or flight response. This is great if you're in a fight and need a quick burst of energy. In fact, acute exposure to cortisol is actually healthy for the body. However, chronic exposure to cortisol means that blood glucose levels remain high over time, and this will result in chronically high insulin levels in the blood. Chronic stress causes a hormonal imbalance that produces a similar effect in the same way that chronically high insulin does. This is why the same health problems that occur with chronically high insulin levels are also experienced with chronically high stress levels. These health problems include weight gain, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and low energy. Chronic stress can oxidize fats in your blood, which is another vector that can lead to more cardiovascular disease. All of these negative health effects occur even when consuming a healthy diet. Stress will also age you by shortening your telomeres, the hardened tips holding your DNA in a strand. This enables your DNA to become damaged faster and will show visible signs such as wrinkles, stress lines, balding, and grey hair. Stress can bring on all sorts of skin problems too, such as rashes, pimples, and even ruin your complexion. If you believe you are exposing yourself to high levels of stress chronically, then you need to stop the exposure before it kills you. Isolate the cause or causes of your stress and limit your exposure to them. It could be a job, a person or a group, or an environment or situation. You may be experiencing stress from a combination of these, and you must moderate your exposure any way that you can. If your stresses aren't obvious, but you still feel stressed about everything in general, then the next time you are stressed, ask yourself, is there anything I can do to improve this situation? If the answer is yes, stop stressing and start doing something to improve it. If the answer is no, then stop stressing and start living. If there is nothing you can do to change your circumstances, then don't cause any extra unnecessary suffering on yourself through stressing. Active stress management can be another tool that can be used to break the periods of chronic stress exposure. Long walks, salt baths or spas, meditation, massage, yoga, and other low-key activities such as reading all allow your body a break from chronic stress exposure. Saunas and exercise can also be used to de-stress, but these can also be an acute form of stress to the body. If done too much, it may only serve to increase your baseline stress level. If you experience high levels of stress constantly and you cannot do much to meter your exposure, then you need to employ as much active stress management as you can in your spare time. While a good night's sleep can also help you reduce stress, it should not be the only form of de-stressing that you engage in. Your de-stressing activities should be something that you want to do, not something that you have to do through necessity. In order to maximize your relief to the stress, you have to be conscious of the times that you are de-stressing in order to balance out the periods of high stress. The best relationship that you can have to stress is an intermittent relationship. You need to balance high stress conditions with low stress conditions. Stress can be healthy for you if implemented in a controlled dose and for controlled periods of time. For example, when stressed to an appropriate degree, you will be able to get some tasks done sooner with a greater efficiency, but you will burn out if you subject yourself to this high level of stress over a long period. Acute forms of stress have also been proven to be beneficial to humans through their adaptive response, but these will only work if they are followed by periods of low stress. By exposing yourself to a stress for a short period of time at a level below the toxic threshold, your body reacts to that stress and builds up strength so that it copes better if it's experienced again. Natural immunity is just one example of this, where a low-dose controlled exposure allows the body to strengthen its immune response to the virus if it's experienced in the future. Other forms of acute stress include hot therapy, cold therapy, intermittent fasting, intermittent hypoxia, high-intensity exercise, sunlight exposure, and low-level radiation exposure. All of these natural stresses can be beneficial with acute exposure, but will kill you with chronic exposure. So be sure to balance out high stress conditions with low stress conditions. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 40, I'll cover how to manage your finances in a relationship. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.